welcome back to my channel. My name is Sheila, but you can call me She. In today's episode, we are going to talk about Form I-751. This is the petition to remove your conditional green card that you had received from USCIS. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right, let's get into it. Today is going to be a green folder. Awesome. This green folder is my I-751. This is my petition to remove my conditional green card. So basically, disclaimer, let me give a disclaimer before I start. I am not an immigration lawyer. Any advice I give on this channel is just from my personal experience and should not be taken as a legal advice. Perfect. Form I-175 is what we call the petition to remove conditions of residence. So basically, you have your 2-year green card, which is the I-130 and all the other documents that you filed with your I-130. You've gone through your interview, you got your 2-year green card in the mail. Perfect, congratulations. Now you have to also go back 90 days before your 2-year green card expires. You have to file what we call I-751. That's the petition to remove those conditions for you, and that's going to give you your 10-year green card. Awesome. So this form, I'm going to talk today about the documents I attached. So if you see my green folder, the other folders have been my purple folder. So here, let me bring it a little bit up close, and you're going to see it's I-751. So this is my document, and I always keep copies. I'm going to set this down. I always keep copies of all my documents that I mail to USCIS, because if you don't keep copies and now you're thinking, did I send this, did I not send that? It's things that will help you remember what you sent and what you did not send. Okay, too easy. Today I'm going to go over the exact documents I attached for my application, and USCIS never came back asking me for additional information. Good. Now there are certain things that I want you to know, and I'm looking down at my notes here. I want to make sure I got everything. There are certain things that I would like for you to take note. If you are filing with your spouse, together with your spouse, you must file this application within 90 days before your card expires in order for you to be considered on time. If you file earlier than the 90 days, your application will be rejected. So for example, you have 90 days to file and you decide, oh, let me file when I am about 100 days for my card to expire, or I am closer to 90 days. This application will be rejected because you're filing too early and you're not filing on time. Okay. The other thing I want you to notice is if you're filing jointly with your spouse, and if you file after your green card expires. So 90 days before your green card expires, you do not file, and you wait for the 90 days to elapse before you file. Your application will be considered late. There are situations where USCIS will take a late application, but you have to understand that you have to add a letter explaining why your application was late. And so for example, if you had a situation where you had to deliver a baby, these are things that are not within your control. So you can get a letter from your doctor, your physician, to say that on this date you had to deliver a baby, hence the reason you weren't able to file on time. If you had a surgery, if you were involved in an accident, whatever the reason is, if at that time you had COVID, whatever the reason is, you have to explain it. You cannot just file the application and just assume that USCIS is going to understand why you filed late. So if everything is in the right place, what is it called? Ceteris paribus. If I'm saying it wrong, do not butcher me. If all other things being equal, nothing is wrong, everything is perfect, just make sure you are filing within your 90 days before your 90 days. And so if your 90 days is going to hit, and USCIS will send you a letter. So USCIS will send you a letter to let you know that your 90 days is coming up. But remember this, USCIS is backed up, so there could be a possibility where your letter might be lost in the mail, whatever the reason is. You have to make sure you keep in tap on this. I've said this so many times. You're the one asking to live in America. So the burden is on you. It's not on the USCIS immigration officer to make sure you remember what you have to do. Again, the letter could be lost in the mail. So just make sure you're keeping tab on this. I literally had a calendar on my phone as a reminder to remind me when it was time, 60 days before my 90 days. And one thing I also want to add to this, make sure that your documentation that you're going to add to your application, you are getting everything ready from the moment your 2-year green card hits your hand. Extremely important, because if you wait till your 90 days and now you're trying to find photos, you're trying to find events that you and your family have been together, family events, people to write letters for you, social media posts. If you're trying to find all of these documentations after you receive your letter, you're going to really be in trouble, because at this time, remember, you will not have all the stuff that you need. So the moment your 2-year green card hits your hand, start to document everything, your activities that you do together, because pictures tell 1,000 words. Remember, the immigration officers don't live with you, and so they don't know your situation. Okay, let's get into it. The first document I attached was my G1145. Form G1145 is basically an electronic form that you fill out to tell USCIS to inform you the moment they get your application. Yes, you are going to get a receipt from USCIS saying they have received your package, but this notification comes faster than you would receive, faster than the mail. It's a snail mail, so it's going to take some time. Okay, awesome. Then you have to add your application fee. Before I was filming this video, the application fee was $595, which you have to make out to USCIS. And so I use the money order. You can write in a cashier's check as well. USCIS has other options that you can pay. I will do a video so that we go through exactly what USCIS asks, but I use the money order, and an $85 fee as well, separate from the $595 fee. You have to attach that as well for your biometric information. Awesome. You have to attach your completed I-751. I have a video on my channel that talks about how to complete Form I-751. Signed, of course, you have to sign it. And then you have to add 2 passport size photos. So 2 recent passport size photos of myself, I added that. And then here comes the list of all the documents that you have to attach as well for to prove that your marriage is bona fide. So at the time that I was filing, we have had 2 children. And so I attached the birth certificate of both of our children. And then I attached a mortgage at the time. And so the mortgage had both of our names on there. I attached it. And then I also attached our filing of our taxes, because we filed jointly for the 2 years that we were together when we got our 2-year green card. So it's so important that you are having all these documentation. These are joint bank account statements. If you have these joint statements stating that you and your partner do have accounts together, you and your partner are filing together, it's so important. It shows to USCIS that you have a bona fide marriage. I will tell you this, for this particular I-751, I did not attach an affidavit of support from friends and family. The reason I did not do that, and you can do that, the reason I did not do that is because my husband and I had built such a life together, which was very, very clearly documented, that I did not need my mother-in-law or my friends to say, oh, I know them and their marriage is true. And I'm going to list a lot of the things here. The birth certificate. We had 2 children. I had added photos of my pregnancy, my delivery, all of that good stuff. So to indicate that the marriage was really bona fide. All right. Joint life insurance. And so after I had my 2-year green card and I started working, I also had my own insurance, and I added my husband as my beneficiary. Everything, my health insurance, he was stated on my life insurance, my health insurance as my beneficiary, my point of contact. And so all the documents that I had to indicate that everything that we own and everything that we have it together. Remember, we had bought a house then. We also added the mortgage to it, the documents that show that we bought that home together as well. Utility bills that had both of our names, our phone bills that had both of our names. And also you have to add the copy of your green card, so the front and back, make sure you scan copies of that. And then I also scan biodata page of my original passport as well. It doesn't matter if it was expired. And then I scan copies of my driver's license and copies of my, at the time we're in Louisiana, so my Louisiana ID as well. And then copy of my birth certificate. So I added that as well. Again, copy of my marriage certificate as well. So basically what you're doing is you're re-adding or you're re-solidifying your marriage. And so all the stuff that I added for my two-year green card application, the I-130 and I-485 application, I did re-add all of them again. There is nothing like too much information for USCIS, I promise you. But the major thing that I would say is, and even I think I added copies of when my daughter was going to school, the paper that stated both of us as parents on it, both of us living together, utility, phone bill. If you have a credit card that has both of your names on it, it is so important that you attach all of these documents to it. You can attach a letter from your family and friends, affidavit from your family and friends. I personally didn't do that, but I will encourage you to do it, especially when you have not filed taxes together. The things that America deems as very, very important for couples to do together. If you don't have that, for whatever reason you guys didn't file your taxes together, write a letter explaining why this year you didn't file the taxes together. I cannot tell you enough that the onus is on you. I think that I need to title it in all my videos, the onus is on you to prove the legitimacy of your marriage to the USCIS officer who is going through your process. I'm going to bring this video to an end. If there's any question that you have for me regarding my process, how long it took, the time span, I'll be more than happy to discuss. But I do wish you all the best in this journey. I know it is a tedious journey, but it is a rewarding journey after you go through it and after you get your 10-year green card and you understand you can be with your family and you're not going to be in deportation for any reason. But please make sure you are filing within the 90 days. Do not file too early. USCIS will reject your application. Do not file late, because now you have to explain why you were filing late. Just make sure you're filing on time, especially if you're filing with your spouse, and even those who are filing separately as well for whatever reason, make sure that you're all filing on time. Good luck. Once again, my name is Sheila, but you can call me She. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my video. Bye, Royals. Make sure you stay safe. Bye.